I'm Jonathan Winslow. You are.
Raj Khan.
What show is this, Raj?
Technical Fowl.
That's right. Okay, so this is our first episode of the new season.
Season 3? 4.
Wow, we've been doing this for 4.
Season
this
4.
is the 4th. Only 3 of them are on here though. But yeah, so season didn't start obviously for a little while, but we thought we'd run over some off-season stuff.
It's been a long time.
Team evaluations. But I thought we'd start off with the NBA Finals. Do you remember the NBA Finals?
Nope.
Did you watch the NBA Finals?
I did not.
This is from an objective
I have
standpoint.
no recollection.
From an objective standpoint, it was one of the best finals that we've seen in a long time. Even somebody who was on the losing side can concede that because it was really a great finals. There was close games, there was memorable plays, there was more memorable plays, and I just thought we'd just have a moment of silence maybe.
If anyone knows me,
Moment of silence, yeah.
you know that I didn't watch the finals.
You watch the finals.
I didn't watch the finals. I don't even know what the finals are.
Well, that's how you know that you watch the finals.
I haven't talked about the finals ever since.
Ever since the finals.
I don't think I ever will.
It was like 2 months ago.
I mean, right after the game,
Hey!
you were sending me texts.
Hey, wait.
Didn't respond.
Did I send you
Never
a text?
gonna respond.
I don't think I sent you a text.
You were.
I predicted, not on here, but we had a little finals preview. I predicted Miami in 7. I was right. I just like to recognize that I was right because I'm usually not right. And I think last year,
Now you know how it feels to be.
the year before that, I picked Miami in 6 and they won in 5. So yeah, or maybe 7. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway. So we thought today we would start off with going through each division. This week it'll be the Southwest Division. Is that right? Southwest Division. We're going to talk about new additions and
We'll give our little grade after off season and see what we think their season is going to look like.
Yeah. Or yeah. I mean, I don't know. The grades don't really matter. Who cares? But yeah, we'll say how we think they're going to do and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's start.
Where should we start? The big one?
Yeah, the big one.
The big one. Houston.
The big one.
Dwight Howard.
The big one.
Should I have to say more?
The big one.
I mean, everyone knows the whole Dwight Howard situation. That was the biggest thing of the summer, I guess.
Yeah.
The first.
Yeah.
As soon as the season, as soon as the finals ended.
What ended?
The
Why are you with the finals in quotes? It's like it's not a real
As soon
thing.
as the finals ended, I mean, the Dwight Howard thing started. Actually, this Dwight Howard thing started when the
That was
Lakers got out of the
horrible,
playoffs. The way
because-
Dwight Howard left.
Yeah. It was on the 4th of July. Do you remember that? It was on the 4th of July or the day before the 4th of July or the day after the 4th of July. And he was like, he was talking and like, I remember I was on Twitter and some guy was like, Dwight has signed with the Rockets. And I was like, oh, that's cool, yeah, that's nice. And people were like reacting. And then it was like, wait a minute, just kidding.
yeah,
He didn't sign with the Rockets. I take that back. And I was like, what? And then like another report came that was like,
And it was like
Dwight
a few
Howard,
hours later, though.
Dwight Howard going back to the Lakers, and I was like, what? That was Chris Broussard, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? It was like, it was almost like as if, because everyone was saying the whole problem with Dwight is that he could never make up his mind, and almost, I don't think it happened like that, but it was funny that the way that it was being reported made it seem like he just couldn't make up his mind,
Yeah.
which fed into the narrative.
I remember being at work and I'm just reading Twitter, and shout out to my boss Dwayne, probably watching this show.
Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne. No. But I go in his office, we talk, we're like, oh no, look what happened, he signed with the Rockets. And then we come back and he's like, okay, maybe he didn't make up his mind yet.
Chris
Going
Broussard.
back and forth.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the way he left that last game they got swept by the Spurs. And
Yeah.
remember he got ejected.
He got ejected, yeah. He walked by
he's
Kobe.
walked by, he's yelling.
And
As
Kobe
soon
comes
Kobe comes in, he's like, I'm not sitting in the locker room with this guy.
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly
Maybe it
what
is what
happened.
happened. Maybe
And
Kobe, because
he's
Kobe,
like in behind yelling at Mitch Kupchak.
Kobe might have, oh yeah, I don't know
Think
what
so.
that was. I don't know if he was yelling at Kupchak or a fan.
I think he was yelling at Kupchak, but
That's old news. I remember it. That's been.
I'm just saying that's when this whole Dwight thing started right
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
I didn't
yeah,
even wait till the
yeah,
finals ended.
Yeah.
No happened. Signed with Houston, 4-year, $88 million.
Yeah.
Big contract, but he has an
Nice.
early termination the 3rd year, so he
Same.
could opt out again.
Mhm.
Same thing could happen in 2 years if this doesn't work out.
Yep.
How do you see this working out for the Rockets?
I think it's gonna be great. I said a while ago I thought that he was gonna have a bounce back year. I think he's gonna be in 25 points and over 10 rebounds.
You know, a lot of people are saying that Dwight had a terrible season. He still led the league in rebounding. His average is 17 and 12, despite everything that happened.
Yeah, but 12 was a little low. Like, if Kevin Love was playing, he probably would have got like 14.
Doesn't matter, 17 and 12.
It's true, yeah. I mean, you lead the league, but I'm just saying, there's been years where it's been led at 15, so 12 is...
just think about it, 17 and 12 is still good numbers.
17 and 12 is like Andrew Bynum numbers. That's what Andrew Bynum puts up.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, that's not terrible, and people are knocking him.
But I think, I don't know, he's got to... I don't want him to, like, I know he's over there with Kevin McHale and the other guy, Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't want him to be a post-up player. He's a pick-and-roll player. This is a pick-and-roll league. You're not going to get anywhere by doing post-ups. That's just not the way the league is anymore.
James Harden isn't exactly a pick-and-roll player, though.
James Harden loves pick-and-roll. He dominated in pick-and-roll. With him and Ibaka or him and, they would do the one,
he does a pick-and-pop. Dwight doesn't pop.
What do you mean? Oh, well, yeah. I'm just saying it's a lethal combination because Harden can go hard to the basket, and Dwight should be able to finish over most of the... He's stronger than most of their players. I just don't know why Dwight seems so reluctant to run the pick and roll. I don't know if it's his coaches, but when he was in Orlando, they just ran pick and roll 100 times, and then if he got open, he passed. He posted
I mean,
up.
If Orlando
it
was Dwight,
he did a little
post
post
ball, but it was just surrounded by shooters.
But which is what they have now. But it was a lot more pick and roll, and he had Steve Nash last year, and he was like, no, I'm not going to pick and roll, I'm not going to do it, or they just never ran it. Which I think it was. They had D'Antoni. D'Antoni likes to run it. I think it was probably Dwight. So I don't know. I mean, I think he's gonna have a good year.
The people say he didn't really get along with Kobe. James Harden is not exactly much of a different player from Kobe Bryant.
No, but they don't. Kobe Bryant is personality-wise very different. I don't think that Dwight got frustrated with the Kobe Bryant player. I think he got frustrated with Kobe Bryant the personality.
I agree. I think it'll work, but I don't think it's gonna be as great as people think. Until I think Omer Asik has to get moved. I don't think you can run the two together.
They could be the top. They could be in the top 3. In the West, they could easily be in top 3.
They could. I agree. I mean, they finished the season 45 and 37, finished the 8th seed. So I mean, adding Dwight Howard, they also added.
They almost got the 7th seed.
They got Aaron Brooks, Omri Caspi, Ronnie Brewer, Reggie.
I'm rooting for Omri.
Marcus Camby.
You can do it, Omri.
Still got Patrick Beverly.
Wait, we forgot to. Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead.
But I mean, they got some shooters.
Yeah.
They got somewhat of.
Who's
a
Francisco
Garcia.
Didn't they already have him?
Yeah, they resigned him.
They lost Delfino. I like Delfino.
But the biggest question is now, who's your starting power forward?
Do they still have Patrick Patterson?
No, you got traded.
Craig Smith?
Traded away Thomas Robinson.
Craig Smith?
It's either Craig Smith, Terrence Jones, or Montagunas.
Montagunas, they could do Montagunas. He's an interesting player.
But he's not really a stretch. You want a stretch.
No, he's a stretch. He shoots threes. In the summer league, he averaged like 30 points or something like that, just shooting threes. I don't know how that's going to translate.
I feel like they're going to go. They might start him, but they're going to end up going small with Chandler Parsons at the 4 majority of the time.
I don't know. I like that.
I don't know. I still don't like. I told you once again. I still don't like Jeremy Lin, the starting point guard. I don't think he's that good. But
he's not that good. But I think that he's average. And
he is an average point guard, and they do have the shooters. But I think they need to get something back in return for Omer Asik. I think that's a great asset that you can trade away, get something. But they're saying that they're not.
No, they played it right. You can't have a guy control the situation by saying I want to be traded.
What about Dwight coming out and saying I'll change my position for him?
He said that.
He said I'm willing to change my position to work.
He's not a power forward. You can't be the size of Dwight. And
I don't know what's
power
gonna
forward.
happen. If he comes out here and starts shooting jump shots, then it could be a problem.
Yeah, well,
but
Asik can't shoot jump shots either.
Yeah. So we'll
anyway, we gotta take a break. You got anything else?
I think they did pretty well. I'll give them an A for the offseason.
Yeah, you can't give anything lower. They got the best free agent out there. So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Memphis and San Antonio and Dallas. So stick around. We forgot to throw a shout out to our producer, Allie. Allie?
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So let's continue on down the list. We gotta hurry up a little bit. Let's go to the Pelicans.
Get your own paper.
Let's go to the Pelicans. I just gotta look. I gotta see the teams. I'm going paperless.
What kind of analyst are you? You don't even know the Southwest Division.
I'm being.
This is the toughest division.
I'm being green.
Starting off the toughest division.
I'm being green. Our background. I'm being green. So.
All right, then put the list on your phone. Take it out. Pull out a laptop.
I don't get good signal in here. I don't get good signal.
You don't need to look.
I also can't figure
out
how to.
on a notepad.
I can't figure out how to get Wi-Fi working in a building.
Notepad.
I don't have Notepad either.
Get out a laptop. Open up a Word doc.
I'm not doing it. We're going to the Pelicans.
Just saying.
All right, Pelicans.
Pellies?
Let's go quick. I'm gonna be on board with what they did in the offseason. They got Drew Holiday. They what else did they do?
They
Tyreek Evans. They got Tyreek Evans. That's
got Tyreek Evans.
Yeah.
They traded Robin Lopez away though.
Well,
and they
he's not
picked up
that
Greg Stiesma, and Anthony Morrow.
Anthony Morrow. Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't like this 3-guard lineup.
They got 4
Eric
guards.
Gordon, Drew Holiday, and
Never get Austin Rivers. He's gonna come off the bench, lead the league, and he's running for 6 man.
Tyreek, Drew, and Eric Gordon. I don't like that 3-guard lineup. I think they said they were going to run it a lot.
It's very interesting. It is very interesting.
I mean, Tyreek is also kind of a ball dominator. They're all kind of ball dominated people. It's
Yeah.
just, they're going to be small in defense. I don't see. I mean,
Well, they're not gonna be that
even though
small.
he traded away Robin Lopez, so I like how Anthony Davis was kind of a 4, and it was like a 4 or 5 thing.
Yeah.
But now you're forcing Anthony Davis to be a center.
Wait, who else do they have? Who's there in their
So
big
Ryan
man?
Anderson, I guess, has to start.
Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah. Or you could play Ryan Anderson at the 3 and put
Hayes,
Davis
I
at the
don't know
4.
about 3. Now who starts the center?
Do they have a center?
Jason Smith.
He's not that
I
tall.
don't know if he. Yeah, he is. He's 7-footer. I don't know if you can put Ryan Anderson.
Jason Smith
He's
was a
too
dude.
small for that.
You remember
Ryan
him?
Anderson's-
Jason Smith took out Blake Griffin that one time. Remember that?
I don't.
He like rammed him, and they almost got. I think he got ejected anyway. Happened last year.
Anyway, I don't see it working. I think they should try to trade Eric Gordon. I don't know why if they got Tyreek and they want to go in the future with Tyreek and Drew Holiday. That's a good backcourt, but I think that means Eric Gordon got to get traded.
No, they're not gonna trade Gordon. Then just trade Tyreek. He's got some.
Their starting small forward, I guess, right now would be Alfred Camino, who's. I mean, he shows some promise.
He's
but
not any good.
Either way, I don't think they're gonna go far with that team. They might be battling for like a 7th, 8th spot most. Because the last couple of spots, we'll get to that later when we do our predictions. But the last couple of spots are open, and the Pelicans are one of them fighting for that spot. I don't see them making it. I think they're too young. I think they got some issues in terms of roster.
I'll say this:
holes.
if some team performs, underachieves, like last year with Dallas, I can see them making it. You know, something like that happens. Like Dirk, for instance, a guy like Dirk going down, I can see that happening.
Well, okay, then let's move on to the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I don't think the Mavericks
Segue,
are much
people.
different.
That's how you do a segue. This is a free show. That's how you do a segue. All right, go ahead.
I don't think the Mavericks are much different than the Pelicans are, just because. I mean, if you look at last year, they were 41-41.
Is Elton Brand still playing basketball?
No, he's gone.
Where is he? Is he not in the NBA anymore?
He's a free agent.
Hey, did you read the Chris Webber Hall of Fame thing?
No.
You should read it. Zach Lowe, Chris
What does
Webber
that have
Hall
to do
of
with
Fame.
Elton Brand? Or the
Well,
Mavericks?
you'll see if you read it. You'll see. Read
Anyway.
it. People read it at home. Zach Lowe's really good. Anyway, go ahead.
They're 41-41.
They were?
They were. Dirk missed the first 29 games of the season.
Yeah.
After all that happened, they had a total of 23 players on that roster by going in and out.
That's a lot.
Mike James started 13 games for them. So.
Mike James? Isn't that a rapper?
No, it's Mike Jones.
Mike Jones? That's a rapper.
Anyway, they drafted Shane Larkin, who got hurt. Ricky Lito was also, I think, was hurt.
Shane Larkin broke his foot. They also got Gal Meckel. Shout out to Gal Meckel.
Gal Meckel.
Gal
But that's the
Meckel.
thing. Look at all the guards they got. Jose Calderon, Monte Ellis, Wayne Ellington, Devin Harrison, Gal Meckel.
Yeah, but Wayne Allen, well, yeah, they're all guards, yeah.
They're all guards. And even Shane Larkin's a guard.
And Shane
Plus,
Larkin,
they have the immortal Vince Carter on that roster. too.
Immortal Vince Carter.
They
Wow,
got
he's
they
still in
got
the league?
Dallin Blair and Dwan Blair though, so they got a little bit of size.
Dallin Bear and Dwan Blair. They should always. Dallin Bear.
Couple things that intrigue me. Is
Dwan
I
Blair.
do like. First of all, OJ Mayo played well at the start of the season. I don't know if people remember, but he was actually
Yeah, he was
first
good.
like
And then teams
25
figured out.
to 30 games of the season. He was like a really good player. And
And
he just
then
kind of dropped off.
Teams just figured out how to guard him.
I think Ellis is a better version of Mayo.
Very different.
If you look at Matt Moore from CBS came up with this statistic with Ellis's the percentage of passes, open passes that he gave to his teammate. Like when he had an opportunity to give a pass, he gave the pass.
Yeah.
So his assist rate was actually pretty high, and he still averaged, I think, like somewhere close to 7 assists.
Is Matt Moore a Monte Ellis fan?
No. No one is besides me.
No one's Monte Ellis. He's got a Monte Ellis
But,
jersey.
um,
R.I.P. Monte Ellis.
No, I think Ellis is gonna have a great season. I think he's gonna finally has a good coach in Rick Carlisle.
Do you remember what happened with O.J. Mayo and Rick Carlisle? He benched him. That's why Mayo had a bad year, because he and Rick Carlisle just didn't get along.
Well, I think Ellis will, and I think Ellis can.
But didn't you just say
think
they're
he's
similar players?
And Ellis is a great pick and roll player. He can. or like a pick and pop player. He can easily run a pick and pop with Dirk. I think that could be pretty good.
That would be interesting.
But the thing is the backcourt issues. First of all, Jose Calderon, he's already 31 years old. They signed a 4-year, $29 million contract. What is that about?
I don't
he's
think
35.
I think Calderon will age similar to Andre Miller. You know, like I think he could still be effective at 35 as long as he's not.
But
he
when
stays healthy.
your starting backcourt is Jose Calderon and Monte Ellis, how effective can that be?
That's really small.
That's really small. And I mean, you still have D'Alembert with Dirk inside, and then
Who is Ricky Lido?
Ricky Lido is. I've heard good things about him. I haven't
Who
actually.
did you
seen
hear that
him.
from?
Just a lot of people.
David said some good things about him. At least he did to me. It's our friend David.
But I think
he's gonna be on the show maybe.
The thing that set the Mavs apart from the Pelicans is experience. You still have Dirk. You still have Ellis. I mean, you could say the same thing as like Tyreek or Eric Gordon. He's not much different from them. You got a better coach, in my opinion. You still got Sean Marion. You still got other guys, Silent D'Alembert. They're pretty much in the same position. And if the two teams were in the same, or like kind of the same record, fighting for that 8th spot, I would probably give it to the Mavs just because.
Well, Mavs have a star player, and the Pelicans don't.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the Spurs and the Grizzlies, the big two. So stick around.
Man, you gotta get your own paper.
Welcome back. Okay, so we have the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Spurs who were in the finals last year, and the Grizzlies who made it to the conference finals. Yeah. So two pretty good teams. Do you see them replicating what they did last year?
The Grizzlies, yes. The Spurs, no. And I say this because I think the Spurs kind of got lucky because of. I mean, a lot of people are saying.
Well, you need some luck to get to the finals.
You do.
You do.
I think the Westbrook injury didn't happen. That they probably wouldn't have gone through. Even if they did, I think that was their last year together. I think they'll still make the playoffs. They could get to the second round. I don't know about getting to the finals again because.
Tony Parker, if he's still doing it, then there's
Tony Parker's still doing it. He's still.
And what about Kawhi?
Wait, first of all, Manu Ginobili is ineffective.
Kawhi.
I want to get to Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Manu Ginobili is pretty much ineffective.
Kawhi.
They resigned Splitter.
I agree about Ginobili. He's not any good anymore.
And Duncan, he is 38. He's gonna be 38 now.
Wow.
How much can he do? If he could keep that up, that's great. But don't you think that's kind of like that was his like peak, or not peak, but like his.
No, yeah.
That was his best season in the last like 5 or 6 years.
And
do you think see that happening?
He put up that shot that didn't go in, and that was just like the toughest.
Yeah.
That'll be the final moment. I think last.
I think a lot of people are saying Kawhi Leonard is great. He is a great player.
Bill Simmons
they think he's going to be like a great star in this league.
Yeah.
He's a role player.
I think
he's so great at his role that he looks like a star because he fits in that system well. He fits around those three guys.
You could be right.
It's because he's a great role player. He's probably like, you could say he's one of the best role players.
He's a superstar role player.
He's a superstar role player. He's not a superstar player.
I just think he's as good as Andre Iguodala. I think he could be.
If you watch Kawhi Leonard play, he's always in the right place at the right time.
He is always in the right place. I know that. He stole all those rebounds, and every pass we have, he's
just always there. He's always spotting up in the corner. He's just in the right spot. That's what a role player does.
Yeah.
And I think that's great for him, and he could pick up he could pick up a bigger scoring role, but he's not going to be like an all-star player. I mean, he might make an all-star team, but he's not going to be.
Whoa.
Like, I mean, there are players like Chris Kaman who will make an all-star team.
Jamal McGlory.
He's not going to be like a perennial all-star.
Shout out to Big Cat. Big Cat, shout out.
And, I mean, they did replace Gary Neal with Marco Bellinelli, who was bound to happen.
Yeah, everyone was saying it took. I can't believe it took him that long to get on the Spurs. Like he looks like Ginobili.
I like that better because he's more of a ball handler. And
Bellinelli?
With Ginobili kind of being issued, he is better much than Gary Neal.
Oh, he's better than Gary Neal, but he's reckless with the ball.
He is, but he's still a better ball handler. And I mean, you still have Popovich.
They signed Jeff Pendergraft. Who is Jeff Pendergraft? Has he played? Has he been?
For some reason, he played a little bit for the Pacers last year.
I thought he was in Portland.
He was in Indiana.
That's John's something.
He haven't seen him much play. He's like a 6'10" guy. He's pretty long, pretty athletic.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying they're seeing good things about him. And R.C. Buford he jumped on him like first thing as soon as free agency hit, so he obviously felt something.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They've been wrong before though.
They didn't do much.
DeJuan Blair, I mean, you know.
DeJuan Blair wasn't terrible.
Yeah, but they didn't play him.
That's because
they actively tried not to.
When you have Boris Diaw, Tim Duncan, You go small with Kawhi. You got
Is Boris Diaw
Thiago.
still on the team?
You still have
Hey, listen,
Bonner.
Boris Diaw was a shutdown defender for the first 3 games of the finals last year. Okay, anyway.
I don't know if finals talk, but anyway. But
Yeah. What finals? Finals? Let's go on to the Grizzlies.
the Grizzlies, they also didn't do much. They got Mike Miller.
They lost their coach and their,
Yeah, Holland. This is what surprised me. They ended up 56-26. That's the highest win total.
franchise high.
Yeah, franchise high for that, you know.
And they fired him. They're like, you know
And
what,
the
that's
coach is
good.
gone.
That's good. Same thing with George Karl, but we'll get to that later.
They got, in case you don't know, the assistant Dave Jorger.
I think
is
it's
now the head coach.
Jorger?
Jorger.
Gorchie Jorger?
And they got Costa Koufos. They traded Darrell Arthur for Costa Koufos, which is a good thing because now you can rest Gasol. He doesn't have to play as heavy minutes. You have good backup center and Costa Koufos coming in.
They have Mike Miller. I like Mike Miller.
Mike Miller's not gonna do anything.
I like Mike Miller.
Anyway.
Remember the shoeless 3 from the finals?
I don't know what finals you're talking about, but
The shoeless 3, and then he got dunked on by Kawhi. But anyway,
I think you're gonna see a different way they played. I think the reason Hollins wasn't re-signed by them because apparently the way he wanted to run the team and his system wasn't the same way as the organization wanted to run it. I think certain players like Ed Davis, as an example, Ed Davis had a great season in Toronto before he got traded over, and then just didn't see the court at all.
Yeah.
And I think he was one of the reasons where they were telling Lon Hollins, give Zach Randolph a rest, especially when Zach Randolph was doing poorly, give Ed Davis minutes, and he wouldn't do it. It's just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can see a difference in the way they play. They still have, if you watch them in the finals, or not finals, the Western Conference Finals, Tony Allen could not hit a shot or a layup for some reason.
No, that's
Hey,
trick
Sean
or
Prince.
treat Tony
Can't
Allen.
do anything. And just Quincy Pondexter randomly hitting threes, so they're gonna need some more outside shooting. Mike Miller is probably not gonna be.
Mike Miller.
He's not gonna be playing until
Look,
the playoffs.
I'm gonna say this about Mike Miller. We had him on Miami for a long time. He was one of my favorite players on
He was in
Miami
Miami for like 3 years.
because that's a long time. And one of them he actually didn't even play for most of the year because he tried so hard and he'd always get hurt and you'd be like, dang it, Mike Miller got hurt again.
I didn't say that 1-3. I don't know when it was, but
The shoeless 3?
no, it was. I think it was in the Pacers. It was serious when he finally came up because Shane Battier was playing so poorly. They threw in Mike Miller.
Yeah.
He shot a 3 at the end of the half and just held his back. Just went like this. As soon as he shot the 3, he just holds his back and turns and walks away.
Because it
Like
hurts.
really shot a ball. Does it really
It hurts
that
to play
bad?
basketball. It does.
But I think I see good things for the Grizzlies. They still have obviously Marcus Gasol, Mike Conley, and Zach Randolph.
Yeah, they got the big core, the Tony Allen.
I think they need a couple more role players.
Don't they have Tony Roten?
Tony Roten.
Who is that?
Their backup.
Has he played at
Point
all?
guard,
Has he been
shooting
any good ever?
Yeah. He's that guy who will come in on the team, speed up the offense.
Change of pace, like a
change
Norris
the
Cole?
pace. No, he's more like an Eric Bledsoe, but not as good.
Norris Cole is the same thing.
Norris Cole doesn't. Not exactly. Norris Cole's more of a
He plays
throw
within
some
the
lobs. To
He
the
plays
corner
within
and
the offense.
Shoot some threes.
Norris Cole is good.
Yeah, he plays them within.
We're gonna do our
These
Miami
guys don't
Heat.
exactly.
We're gonna do our Miami Heat preview. Just Miami Heat. We're gonna talk about that the whole time.
Nope.
And
I'll be absent that show.
he'll be absent. What does that mean?
Won't be here. Allie will fill in for him.
Allie would fill in for us. I don't think so. She didn't know anything about basketball. She's shaking her head.
Allie's nodding her head.
Okay. This is why people tune in for these moments. This is a free show, people. All right. Are we gonna do predictions or?
I guess we'll get to our overall predictions.
We'll just
after we
have.
finish this.
I'll rank them. I'll say because I don't have all of the. I haven't thought about it that much. So we'll just say who's gonna finish the top, second place, third place, fourth place in the division. So
In the
I
division?
think yeah. I think.
I think Rockets finished first in the division.
I'm gonna go with Kawhi Leonard progressing like majorly, and I'm gonna say the Spurs finished first.
I think.
I
I'm telling
know.
you, he's a role player.
We're having a discussion.
Okay. I'm going Rock. Okay, fine. You can say your thing.
Second place?
Yeah.
I'll put Rockets in second.
Okay. I'm going Rockets and then Grizzlies number 2.
Okay, and then I have Grizzlies number 3.
I got Spurs number 3.
And then the last one, we both have Grizzlies number 2? No, you got.
Yeah, I got Grizzlies number
Oh, I got the Rockets number 2. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Spurs, Rockets, Grizzlies, Mavs, Pelicans.
2. I'm going Rockets, Grizzlies, Spurs, Mavs, Pelicans.
Yeah, and I think the Mavs and I think the Pelicans miss the playoffs.
I don't know about that. That we might get to a little bit later.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna throw that out there now. I don't know if it's true. We'll revisit the
You're
playoff
gonna take
predictions.
these teams. Are you gonna take the Lakers or someone like Portland?
We're gonna revisit these
Or the
predictions
Kings.
right before the playoffs start, or right before the season starts. So. But as it is, we have you're gonna have 4 teams make the playoffs from one division.
Could happen.
I don't think so.
Look at the Pacific Division.
I can't right now.
I'm just, real quickly.
Hey.
Real quickly. Lakers bad. Phoenix bad.
Yeah.
Sacramento bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other team is, I guess, Golden State and the Clippers. So that's 2 right there.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, we gotta go now. So tune in next week because we'll have another episode and we might have a guest. Who knows? You just have to tune in to find out. Okay, that's it.
Bye.
No, bye. No. You gotta do your thing.
Gobble gobble.
Go Hokies.